I invite you to join me in saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, thy kingdom come, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive us and lead us not into temptation. Thine is the kingdom, power and glory. Amen. Please be seated. We've received apologies from councillors Ruth Buttery, Jake Cooper, Jeff Hill, Andrew Goddard, Ed Lawrence, Joe Roberts and Simon Phipps. Are there any more apologies?
Councillor Rogers. I'm not sure why Councillor Rogers seems to have pressed her mic, but perhaps it's a mistake.
Who is it?
Councillor Rogers.
Councillor Rogers, do you wish to speak?
Apologies, please. Councillor Matthew Rogers and Councillor Luke Johnson, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Are there any declaration of interest under the Members' Code of Conduct? My announcements. Just to remind members that the annual meeting of the Council will be held at 6 p.m. on Thursday, 16th of May 2019. We now move on to the post of Chief Executive. I call on the Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Council is recommended that, subject to all the necessary pre-employment checks, Kevin O'Keefe, currently the Director of Governance at Wolverhampton City Council, be appointed to the post of Chief Executive on the terms, conditions, allowances and salary applicable to the post with effect from a date to be agreed. And secondly, that Kevin O'Keefe be designated as the statutory head of paid service, the electoral registration and returning officer with effect from the date of the commencement of his substantive employment as Chief Executive. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Over the second, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Les Jones.
Councillor Les Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I can't be the only person in this chamber tonight who feels a little bit surprised at what we are here for tonight. We are 2 days away from an election, and in 20 years as a member of this council, I have never known us make such an important decision in the middle of an election campaign as the one we're making here tonight. I think it's a disgrace, personally, that we should be in a position where, in a matter of 3 or 4 days' time, the complete complexion of this council chamber could change. And we're making an appointment which will last for many years, is irreversible, without gross misconduct being involved. And I think it's an absolute shambles to be holding this meeting here tonight. And I hope that other members across this chamber will feel the same way I do and vote against this appointment. Because the one thing that it will do is give me a position of feeling that it's been foisted upon us, and that the person that takes up this post will have a lot of hard work to do just to gain the trust of members like myself. And that is something I don't say lightly, because I think it's instinctive and natural to put your trust in the Chief Executive. And that's something I won't be able to do as a result of the way this has been done so outrageously quickly and without proper consideration. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Harley.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to allay some fears amongst members, due consideration and process has been followed here, and the decision by the Appointments Committee and panel was absolutely unanimous. And I've never seen that in 15 years of being on this authority. It was unanimous. That's never happened before on any appointment that panel has made. Absolutely unanimous amongst Labour and Conservative members. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
No other speakers. I call on the leader to reply.
Thank you. Councillor Jones, obviously pace troubles you. It doesn't trouble us on this side. And what I will say is that this process has been very, very thorough, actually. Well, in your opinion, but your opinion doesn't always count, Councillor Jones. We've been working with the Leader of the Opposition, and we've had a number of meetings around how the process will work, had an external provider who sourced candidates. They've had a number of psychometric tests and also taken on a stakeholder event. Now, you may be aggrieved that you haven't been involved in it, but you're not a member of the appointments panel. And as Councillor Harley said, the decision of the appointments panel was unanimous. There was a reason why we decided that we can work together on an appointment like this, because whoever is in control post-May will need to work with the Chief Executive. And from the outset, we haven't seen this as either a Labour appointment or a Conservative appointment. In fact, the shortlisting was predominantly driven by the opposition party, and we made sure that both parties were very, very comfortable throughout the process. And I will just rehearse what Councillor Harley said, that it was a unanimous appointment, and you should take the will of the appointment committee, and if you choose to vote against it, that's a matter for you. Thank you.
Right, members of the council, are we all agreed, or do we request a vote? Are we agreed? Sorry, Miss. The majority of it. It will be on a name vote with sufficient applying. Meeting of the council. Thank you.